Hi everyone, welcome back to another video from Wesnos Tech News and Reviews. Today we'll be talking about navigating your all new Amazfit GTR 3 or the Amazfit GTR 3 Pro. If you are new to Wesnos Tech News and Reviews, we talk about the latest tech news. We do brutally honest reviews and share hacks and tricks along the way. So first of all, let's look down at the case. We've got a circular face with two buttons on the right hand side. The top button acts as the back button, as well as a button that does get you to your apps and widgets list. Now, the bottom button actually is programmable. What that means is that you can assign a function to it. Now, this is quite cool because I've actually set my bottom button to get me to my workout screen. You'll also notice that the top button is not just a button, it's also a bezel, and it's a turnable bezel. So you can actually turn the bezel and you will see the screen going up or down in any of the directions. And that is quite cool, and it might just remind you slightly of the Samsungs and the Apples of this world. So now let's say you're looking at your home screen. What you need to do is take your finger and swipe it down from the top. You're basically entering the shortcut menu. It's got 9 tiles there as default, with 2 more tiles on the right on the second page. So on the first page, on the first slide, you've got 9 tiles. They cover the D&D mode, the torch, you've got your calendar there, you've got your volume control, you've got your brightness control. You can see how much battery you got left. Now, if you go to the second page, you'll be able to see your Bluetooth connection as well as your settings app. So these are shortcuts, and this is much easier actually to use them than go through the full widget list to find what you need to do. So let's swipe our finger back up from the bottom of the screen to get rid of the shortcut screen. And now you're back on home. So swipe up from the bottom of the screen and you enter the notification screen. So this is where you will see all your texts, your emails, your SMS, whatever you've actually defaulted or set on your Zepp app to come through as notifications or alerts to your watch. Anyway, so swipe down and that's it, you're back on home. Because let's remember, we're talking about navigating the screen. We want to know what this watch can do and how can we do it most effectively. So you're back on your home screen. Let's swipe left. And there you go. You basically see your daily activity screen. Shows you the total steps you've done, the minutes of exercises, as well as how many hours. I've got 12 set up during the day where I'm expected to be active. I actually did get up and do some movement around, so I wasn't sitting straight for more than 1 hour during the first 9 of the 12 hours. So swipe left again. And now we see your heart rate. So we can see that I've got my beats per minute. I can see when the last measurement was actually taken. And if you click on the button at the bottom half of your screen, you will get a reading again. You can actually tap into the screen and you will get a full breakdown of your heart rate. You will see the plot over the last 24 hours. You can scroll down and you will see today's state. So your resting heart rate, so the heart rate that you would have had while you were sleeping, and of course your full range of heart rates from the time you were asleep or from midnight last night till the current moment, till the moment you've actually opened up this particular screen. So to get back, you've got 2 options. You can either press the bezel button, but that will take you all the way to your home screen, or you can swipe your finger from the left hand side to the right hand side of the screen. And that motion does mean that you want to go back just 1 screen. So let's do that. So now you're back to your heart rate widget. Let's swipe left again and move to the next screen. And there you have it. That's the weather app. So you can click into that and you will see a bit more details about the weather. You will see how the weather forecast is for the rest of the day. Plus, you will see the forecast for the rest of the week. So once again, let's go back by swiping our finger from the left-hand side to the right-hand side of the watch. There we go. So now we've got this beautiful widget about the weather today. let's keep going. So let's swipe left again. And now we get to the Pi screen. The Pi is your personal activity index. Now this is actually a great innovative feature on all Xiaomi and Amazfit smartwatch. The Pi number basically incorporates your activity levels plus your sleep hours over the last night as well as some of the previous nights. It looks at the intensity at which you were performing particular exercises as well as the number of steps you've taken during the previous days, and it basically pops out just a single value. This one number is your personal activity index. And there's a rule of thumb that as long as your Pi number is above 100 points, you're essentially reducing your risk of heart disease by about 20%. And you can actually see, we can click into the Pi and we'll see my last 7 days of activities and how many of these days have actually added to my Pi score. And of course you will notice that the higher the intensity of your particular workouts in the previous 7 days, the more Pi scores you will get added. Anyways, let's swipe right to get out of that screen. The next screen after the Pi screen is your music control. Now, the music control on the Amazfit GTR 3 Pro is slightly different to the GTR 3, simply because on the GTR 3, your music control can only control the music from your phone. There is no inbuilt storage on the actual watch. With the Amazfit GTR 3 Pro, you get 2.3 gigabytes that are available for music downloads. So you can load this music onto your watch and you can connect your earbuds directly to the watch if you don't want to take your smartphone on your runs with you. You've got a volume control because both the GTR 3 and the GTR 3 Pro have a speaker, so you can actually play music right off your watch. How good is that? Let's go to the next widget now. And the next widget takes you to your shortcut drawers. I think I particularly need to explain what the shortcuts are. So let's just press on the bezel just for a second and we go back to home. From here, let's swipe to the right. And now we get to these drawers of such. These are shortcut cards. And as we scroll down, we'll see what we can see as a shortcut. So, for example, in my list, I've got Amazon's Alexa, I've got the weather, I've got the forecast, I've got Pi, I've got alarms, I've got my night sleep, so I can actually see how much I've slept during the night, and I can click into that card. And as we do, we'll see my heart rate, we'll see the quality of my sleep, we'll see my sleep score just at the bottom of the screen. And if you scroll down, you will actually get a breakdown of your sleep phases across awake times, REM, light sleep, and deep sleep. This is absolutely great because it saves you from going to your app to look at your sleep analysis. Now let's get out of there and we can keep on going down. So we've got our heart rate card, we've got the activity card, which if you recall actually matches your activity widget or your daily activity as soon as we went away from the home screen. Another important card just below that is your blood oxygen, because finally Amazfit GTR 3 as well as the 3 Pro now offer continuous SpO2 monitoring. And having a continuous SpO2 monitor available means that you can actually pick up things like sleep apnea, because while you're asleep or at rest, the watch does measure or does take measurements of your SpO2, aka blood oxygen saturation. So this app right here, you can go in there and have a look at your stats. Let's do it. So we can go in and you can see that during the hours of rest there were measurements taken, and the average blood oxygen, well, is somewhere between 90 and 100%, and that's great. But just an hour before, we can see that the latest reading actually gave me 98%, and that is pretty good, so nothing to worry about. Now as long as you see green bars, you're hunky-dory. But if you do see the reds or you do see too many yellows, this might be a sign that you might be having some respiratory issues, and it might be time to go and see your doctor, your GP consultant, or so forth. Anyways, let's get out of this. So let's do the swipe from the left of the screen to the right. So we do that, and there we go. We come to the recent screen. Your Recent Call app is another card that sets the difference between the Amazfit GTR 3 and the 3 Pro. You see, on the 3 you can't be receiving nor making calls directly from your watch, while on the 3 Pro, as long as your watch is connected via Bluetooth with your smartphone, and that may be your iPhone or an Android phone, no issues. You can receive calls as well as make calls directly from your wrist, simply because you've got a speaker as well as a microphone on there. So that's pretty much it. We've covered all of the shortcut cards or drawers. We've also navigated across the full watch. You know what the buttons do, you know what the back function looks like, and how you need to swipe across the screen. So if you recall, if you want to go back, you slide your finger or swipe your finger from the left of the screen to the right side of your screen. That will take you back just one page. Now, the buttons, again, the bottom button, that takes you to a default function. For me, it was the sports, and I actually kept it there because that's convenient for me. But you can program it to take you to your alarms, for example. Also, if we talk about the cars for just one more moment, go all the way to the bottom. You've got a gear symbol there. So what you need to do, you can actually press on that, and you'll have a list of other widgets or cards of these widgets that you can add to your shortcut screen. That is also quite handy. Anyways, thank you for watching this review of the navigations of your Amazfit GTR 3 and the Amazfit GTR 3 Pro. If you found this useful, please drop me a like. And if you want to see more of the same, as well as the full comparison and the heart rate accuracy test, the GPS accuracy test, then please hit the red subscribe button below the video. And keep watching the Wes Knows Tech News and Reviews channel. Thank you. See you in the next one.